Hello, everyone. I'm here earlier than expected. I got a chance got a 5-hour window to binge watch this show. I have to do this quick. I'm gonna be watching SNL and reviewing it later, so I want to watch it live. So I'm just gonna do a quick little video. I just watched on Peacock, season 1 of Punky Brewster, not the reboot. I just watched the whole season, all 10 episodes. Let's talk about it. So, and I'm Grant, the movie and TV guy, of course. First off, one thing I missed about the show, I'm gonna say the show's good. What I missed about it was Henry, and I know the actor who plays him is unfortunately no longer with us. He was already an older guy when the show was originally on, but just miss that iconic voice that Punky, oh Punky, you know. Why is a dog named Brandon, Punky? That's a very strange name for a dog. Oh, Punky, you're just so quirky. But Cherry's still in it, and she has a girlfriend. Fiance. Dope! I like that for her. I think that's cool that she is, LGBTQ+. Awesome. I love, very, very pro LGBTQ+. Anytime there's representation of that variety in anything, I think it's dope, especially when it's not off in the background, like Star Wars. You can easily edit that out in foreign territories. That's the only reason you did it. Have like a real relationship. Okay, sorry about that. How'd you get off of my chest? So yeah, Punky Brewster. So, if anyone remembers the original 80s show, Punky Brewster, the premise was, and I wasn't alive during this, but, reruns. I watch it a lot. Show's about a little girl named Punky Brewster, played by Soleil Moon Frye. And she was left behind in a grocery store by her mother, and was found by a man named Henry, who took a shine to her and adopted her. It's basically a modern, like an 80s-esque take on, or Annie, basically. But now we jump ahead to 2021, and in this reboot, and Punky is now an adult, still played by Soleil Moon Frye. Her friend Sherry Johnson, played by Cherry Johnson, is still always hanging around. She's now Aunt Cherry to her kids. She has a daughter. She has a teenage daughter. She has an adoptive teenage son and another adoptive tweenage son. They're kind of, I think that they were both brothers when she adopted them. I think they established. And Cherry works for basically the old foster home that Punky used to go to. So the setup is this. In the pilot, she's formerly married to a rocker, Travis, played by Freddie Prinze Jr. Nice seeing him again, and not like in animated, Jedi form, like actually in live action. That was dope. He was the only guy who can make Fred from Scooby-Doo in any way kind of entertaining, so good on him. But yeah, Freddie Prinze Jr. is actually really good in this, and everyone's really good in this. The kids are really good. I dug this reboot. 50% around. Come on. Remember the show this is a reboot of. The thing is, these nostalgic reboots kind of go on sort of a scale. The tippy top for me are probably Saved by the Bell and Girl Meets World. The new Saved by the Bell. Saved by the Bell in particular because it's funny, it's self-aware, it knows exactly what it is, It pokes fun at the original show while also having an affection for it. And it's also a Peacock series. But I think that Punky Brewster, it's a little more affectionate, it's a little less arch, but what I like about it is, again, and one of the things that I think everyone liked so much about it back in the day, is Soleil Moon Frye's Punky Brewster. She's just so lovable, still. These 30 years, it really is like we're picking up with this character when she left off. She's still good, spunky, quirky Punky Brewster. She's just a mom now. And she still has the Converse that are 2 different colors for each shoe. She's still got the OG overalls. She's still Punky Brewster. And so you see how her whole relationship, but basically the thing that sort of sets the plot in motion and makes it kind of mirror the 80s show is that she runs into a little orphan girl named Izzy, who is basically like another Punky Brewster. This little girl named Izzy, little 7-year-old girl, which is the same age that Punky was when Henry took her in. She takes a shine to her like Henry did, and the premise starts up again. This show doesn't fall quite on the Saved by the Bell Girl Meets World scale, It's more along the lines of, like, say, a Raven's Home. It's good. It's not as good as the original, but it has enough of what made the show charming that if you go in with an open mind, acknowledging that it's a new show, it's in and of itself, you'll enjoy it. Especially if you're a fan. There's some trivia. Also, even though Henry's not in it for obvious reasons, his legacy is very much a part of this show. They talk about him pretty much, I think, in just about every episode. It has charm. It has a laugh track. It's still basically a sitcom. I think all the kids are good actors. One nice little touch is her one son, because all those kids have different personalities, of course. So you got, like, the kind of cool, dumb kid. You got the teenage girl who obsessed with her phone. You got, like, little Izzy, who's, like, Punky Brewster, she's really cute. She's really an adorable kid. I really liked Izzy. I liked her, if she, and I liked her chemistry with Miss Moonfry. But basically, you see, but her younger adoptive son is kind of like, he's almost like, the Felix, if you're talking like The Odd Couple, where he, especially his scenes with Diego, his older brother, he kind of, his name is Daniel. And he's kind of, he's also potentially like an LGBTQ character. They haven't really explored it, but he seems to, fit those categories. Basically what his character is that he, it's kind of the neat, clean one. And there was one episode that I thought, I actually laughed harder than I expected, where it's sort of an episode where they pay tribute to her OG treehouse that she shared with Cherry, which he goes into when his brother beats him at, like, a video game to curse, and it's all bleeped. He's just going in there, and he has to be proper and kind of, have a cool head, and then the second he gets in the treehouse, he's like, beep, beep it, beep, beep it, Diego, beep it. Like, that was funny. That stuff was really funny, Blarkin to Dippo no hip, like that. SpongeBob references. Yeah, by the way, little something SpongeBob related next week, early next week. Like I said, I saw it. Again, so, not much more to say about Punky Brewster. Also, another thing about to Peacock. I have Peacock. I have it with ads. It's premium, but I got a good deal when it first launched on, like, a year-long subscription at a discount, but it had to be the ad-free version, or the ad version, which isn't, the ads aren't too long or intrusive. The thing that's interesting is that, and I got it mainly because they brought back AP Bio, and to a lesser extent Saved by the Bell, but mostly AP Bio, and I kind of dug it. I like, by the way, speaking of, I know it doesn't fit the criteria of, like, narrative, the Amber Ruffin show, in a couple weeks, is going to end its first season. I really want to talk about the Amber Ruffin show. I think that show is delightful, and apparently they're airing it Friday nights, late night on NBC now. Cool. I like that it's carrying over, because she's a delight, and the show is, like, sunshine at the end of my week. So, but yeah, the thing that's funny is that Punky Brewster, barring a few, more dramatic moments, is kind of just like a cutesy family sitcom, the same way the old one is. But it's so weird because twice, in 2 different episodes, the first and kind of only ad they'd show when they do, like, the minute-long ad, was they'd cut to, like, a cutesy little thing with the dog, or, like, a cutesy little thing with Punky Brewster making a pun, and then they immediately cut to this commercial where it sort of implies that a dude just barely didn't crash with and kill his whole family. What? Like a car commercial that's real dark and dramatic and is lit like a Aronofsky or Refn movie. Like, what the hell was that? After a joke from Punky Brewster, it turned into Drive. Drive crossed with, I don't know, freaking Requiem for a Dream for like a minute after this cute little thing with the dog. What? Very silly. And also I really love that the finale, without giving anything away, kind of resolves a lot of plot from the show in a really satisfying and kind of warm way. So, I got a little choked up. I'm not gonna lie. Freddie Prinze Jr.'s great. Cherry's great. I liked her fiance. All the characters worked. And the dog, of course, Brandon, of course, is probably not alive either. He was, I think pretty much, a dog then. But they have another dog that's the same kind of dog. His name's Brandy. It's a little tribute to Brandon. So that was neat. Who would name that dog Brandon? Punky. Also, if you like these kind of sitcoms and you are an adult and you're not a child, I would recommend watching. There's a series, and they don't promote this to me. This is just me personally. Go watch that. There's a Funny or Die series called A Very Special Episode where they kind of examine the more dramatic episodes of like sitcoms from that era. And they do one on the Challenger episode, which is one of the darker episodes of the original Punky Brewster, where they give it the gravity it needs, but it's really kind of darkly funny, where they point out very fairly that a plot with that kind of heaviness doesn't need laugh lines. Yeah. Most of them are like that. They have like Boy Meets World ones. They have like one on That's So Raven and one on Even See. Very funny. They did one on like Different Strokes, the bicycle guy episode. So yeah, I would recommend that. And if you're liking the Saved by the Bell reboot, because some of the same writers they hired on the reboot based on the series, Zach Morris's Trash, which is like another thing from the same people on Funny or Die's YouTube channel. Very funny. So yeah, that closes the book on Punky Brewster. What would I give it? I give it about 4 stars. Saved by the Bell would get more like a 4.5 or a 5. This gets a 4. I loved the Saved by the Bell reboot. This one would get more like a 4. I liked it a lot. I definitely wouldn't mind a second season. I'd definitely watch a second season. But even if it doesn't get that, it does end in a satisfactory way. But I do hope we get a second season, because I do like this new show. Come on. Get your head out of your tuchus, Rotten Tomatoes. It's not 50%. It's good. It's good. Watch it. So yeah, Punky Brewster on Peacock, a good show. Check it out. Check it out. Check out the Saved by the Bell reboot, like I've been talking about. Check out the Amber Ruffin show. AP Bio. Most of you probably haven't seen it. It was a rating slump that was picked up because it had kind of a cult following by Peacock. Great show. Worthy binge. It has Glenn Howerton from It's Always Sunny in it. Great show. Very funny. And Patton Oswalt, the great Patton Oswalt. Okay. I'll be back later with my SNL review. Tonight Nick Jonas is hosting, so that's going to be a bomb. And I got to get there because it's going to start soon. So, close the book on Punky Brewster. Check it out. Quite good. 4 stars, which is like a solid recommendation, which is this is a movie that my criteria is it's worth walking 2 blocks if your car breaks down to get to the theater on time. That would fit Punky Brewster. So, 5 hours to kill. Alright, I'll see you guys soon. See you soon. I'm also planning maybe Monday watching Minari and possibly that Biggie documentary, that Biggie Smalls documentary. If I do, I'll definitely review it. So, yeah, see you guys next time. See you around, and until next time, I'm Grant the Movie and TV Guy. I see it all, and I'm happy to share it with you. And, Brandon is quite a silly name for a dog. Punky. Thank you all.